Governor Polis announced a plan aimed at the oil and gas sector to improve air quality. The air quality, especially along the Front Range, can be so bad that it's actually impacting people's heart and lung health.
It's so poor the EPA said some Coloradans will have to pay for more expensive but cleaner gas starting next summer. Not what we want to hear, right? Anusha Roy joins us now, and Anusha, the governor is trying to avoid that.
Yeah, so there are a whole bunch of goals here, but according to a statement from the governor, that includes shortening how long we have to pay for reformulated gas or avoiding it altogether. So our air quality has been so bad, the EPA said it triggered those requirements for people in the metro area and along the northern Front Range to have to start buying this more expensive but cleaner gas that would be during the summer starting next year. The governor's office said that it could cost 3 cents more a gallon, but then said that cost can vary, as we've seen around the country. When you start to look at those variabilities, oh, don't those numbers start to change? They start going as high as 26 cents more a gallon. Some experts from AAA say it could go as high as 30 to 40 cents more. That reformulated gas is more costly to produce, but at the end of the day, gas is also a global commodity, so there are a whole bunch of factors, including supply and demand, that ultimately impacts how much we pay.
So I think this is good news. I think it's bold action. I wish it was taken 10 years ago or 15 years ago, so we didn't have the threat of much more expensive gas prices hanging over our head. But, action now is better than action never.
So to avoid that, more expensive gas is going to require meeting federal standards, and it's going to be more than just one emission source and one decision. It's changing how people commute, using more clean energy, and then Colorado's geography and weather is also impacting our ozone. It includes our thinner air, all the sunshine that we get, but that the smog ultimately interacts with. So cutting down emissions from oil and gas is just one of several factors in improving our air quality.
A lot of our operators are moving toward electric rigs already. They bring down emissions drastically. And so that's a very positive thing. Yet there are limited number of electric rigs out there as other states begin to explore this as well. So that becomes an issue.
So it means more people will be relying on our power grid. Excel said they're factoring in future growth and demands for energy requirement, and this is happening as they're working to transition so that 80% of their electricity is coming from renewable sources by 2030.
It's such an interesting balance because, of course, we want like the air quality to be great, but also when you were talking about 40 cents more a gallon, it's like, well,
it's painful.
Yeah.
Think about how much you're paying, like California, New York. You know, those are areas that are paying for this kind of gas.
It can be brutal, but how can the air quality affect our health?
Yeah, I was talking to a pulmonologist from Health One who said that this has been really closely studied for 50 years globally, including the last 20 years in major U.S. cities, and they found that on bad air quality days, more people die, and on good air quality days, more people live. You know, and of course, I want to be clear, this is overall air quality, right? Not just from one source.
Yes.
But I mean, it's impacting asthma attacks, it's impacting heart attacks. But the good news is, they said, when the air quality improved in a city, more people were healthier. So if we're able to do that, it means healthier lungs, healthier hearts, and people living longer.
And trying to avoid those problems is the whole point of this action that's being taken.
Right. I mean, there's just so many layers to what's at stake here, but there's a cost associated with it that is a very real factor as well.
Interesting balance. All right, Anusha, thank you.